Hello everyone, good morning. Good to see you all in today's class. And you see, so I am taking here some familiar trig functions here, graphs of some trig functions. Like this is y equal to sin x, this is y equal to cos x, and y equal to tan x. So now you can guess which chapter we are going to start. So is it one of the new topics, inverse trigonometric functions? Yeah. Okay. So we are actually going to start inverse trigonometric functions. So it is part of the topic relations and functions chapter. And before going to inverse trigonometric functions, two things are associated. First one is trigonometric functions. The other one is inverse functions. So it means this chapter is combination of inverse function and trigonometric functions. Okay, so let me take you some graphs of trig functions like y equal to sin x. So you can clearly see y equal to sin x. Just I have taken the rough sketch here. So if you just go like this, so domain of the function is from minus infinity to plus infinity. It means domain of sin x is set of real numbers, and for range you can see maximum height 1, minimum height minus 1. It means here you see sin x is a mapping from set of real numbers to closed interval minus 1, 1. Similarly, for cosine function you can see y equal to cos x, maximum height is 1, minimum height minus 1. It means the height means along y axis. So range a codomain equal to minus 1, 1 closed interval, and domain is, you can see the nature of the graph here. The graph is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. It means whole number line we are covering. It means domain of the function is set of real numbers. And whenever you come to tan x, y equal to tan x, so you can observe, here you see, so there are breaks. The graph is like this, and in between this portion we don't have anything, like, so it means at x equal to pi by 2, tan x is undefined as we know. At x equal to minus pi by 2, tan x is not defined. Similarly 3 pi by 2 and so on. It means if you take any odd multiple of pi by 2, whether it is pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2 and so on, and in a negative direction it can be minus pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2 and so on. So that's why the nature of the graph is like this. Otherwise you can see x can take any value except these values. So domain of tan x is set of real numbers except odd multiple of pi by 2 where n belongs to set of integers, and range is, you can see the graph in both the direction. Height of the graph can be any, it is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So here range equal to codomain is set of real numbers. And similarly you can just see cosec x, cosec 0 is not defined, जहाँ पे sin x 0, cosec x वहाँ पे define नहीं होता. And also you know, so it means sin x is between minus 1 and plus 1, right? Minus 1 and plus 1, and you do not have cosec x in those portions. So domain of cosec x is R difference, set of real numbers except multiple of pi. It means whenever you take cosec x, sin x 0 is, if it is x axis, so sin 0 0, sin pi 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, like this. So it means on x axis basically sin x is 0, right? So cosec x not defined. On x axis means it is multiple of any multiple of pi. So cosec x domain is set of real numbers except n pi, right? And range Our codomain is set of real numbers except open interval -1 1. Similarly sec x जहाँ पे cos x 0, sec x will not be defined, and cos x equal to 0 means it is 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. It means if you take this as y axis, cos pi by 2 0, cos 3 pi by 2 0, 5 pi by 2 0, 7 pi by 2 0, like this. So it means on y axis. So basically sec x, the domain is set of real numbers except odd multiple of pi by 2, and so again like your cosec x, sec x is also the range is set of real numbers except -1 1. So जहाँ पे I mean if cos x is between -1 and 1, so in that portion sec x is not existent. So and cot x is set of real numbers. So again cot x equal to cos x by sin x. जहाँ पे sin x 0 होगा cot x डिफाइन नहीं होगा. So cot x का डोमेन set of real numbers except n pi, right? And here the range is set of real numbers. Okay, so basically trigonometric functions we have studied like this. Okay, now also we have studied inverse function. So inverse function means whenever you have f is a mapping from A to B is bijective, then f inverse exists, and f inverse is a function from B to A. So we have studied both the types of functions. I mean inverse functions we are familiar with, trigonometric functions we are familiar with. Now it is the time to combine both. Okay, so inverse functions and trigonometric functions, so that we can be able to understand inverse trigonometric functions clearly. So like here you see, as I said, f is a function from A to B is bijective. It means, I mean whenever it is bijective, f is invertible, and if f is invertible you can write f inverse is a function from B to A. Now let's check whether the trig functions are bijective or not. Now let me consider this one first, sin x. So one thing you can see domain, I mean codomain and range equal to -1 1 closed interval in both the cases. Okay, it means in that way these two functions are onto functions. Okay, but this is certainly not 1 1, because see either you take horizontal line लेके आप देख सकते हो. If you take a horizontal line on it, no, it will intersect the graph in many points. It means you have many values of x. For particular value of sin x you have many values of x. So it is not 1 1. Okay, another example you can take, simple example you can say, if you take sin pi by 6 you are getting 1 by 2. If I take sin pi minus pi by 6, that is sin 5 pi by 6 equal to 1 by 2. Similarly you can take many more values. Okay, so it means that this is a simple example. It means at least two values of x you have one value of sin x. So for many pre-images you have only one image. It means the function is not 1 1. Is it clear? This is very simple. Or you can just check by taking horizontal line. So horizontal lines test for 1 1 function says that if any horizontal line intersects the graph of the curve, intersects the curve at more than one point, then the function is not 1 1. The logic is very simple, because you have many, I mean x for one fx, right? And similar thing can happen with any other function. Okay, similar, I mean situation, if you write here cos pi by 3 1 by 2 cos pi minus pi by 3, या 2 pi minus pi by 3 आप ले सकते हो, that is cos 5 pi by 3, ये भी 1 by 2. Okay, this angle is in fourth quadrant, this is in first quadrant, cosine is I mean same value positive in first and fourth quadrant. Okay, so basically what I mean to tell you, sine function is not 1 1. So similar case you can see, it means between, yeah, if you take the whole domain, here also if you take the whole domain, sine cosine are not 1 1. So even if these two functions are onto functions, so they are not bijective. So sine function 1 1 है, onto नहीं है. Yeah, sorry, sine function is 1 1, not 1 1 but onto. Similarly cosine is not 1 1 but onto, but these two are not bijective basically, and onto because in this range, whenever we take this range only. Okay, similarly if you take tan, so in case of tan function what happens, see you can see repetition is also there, so it means now accept these values. Okay, if I write here tan pi by 4 1, tan pi plus pi by 4 third quadrant, that is tan 5 pi by 4, ये भी 1. So again more than one values of x के लिए tan x का एक ही value है. So you can take any other value also, many other value similar cases लेके. So basically none of the trig functions are bijective. Okay, so here the conclusion is none of the trig functions are bijective. So now we know inverse function, right, and also trigonometric functions. So as I said, none of the trigonometric functions are invertible in their defined domain and range. Okay, and for example, if I take sine x from set of real numbers to minus 1 1, yeah, cos x is from set of real numbers to minus 1 1. Here tan x, cot x, any of the 6 trig functions we can consider. So none of the trigonometric functions are bijective in general. So they are not invertible. Now our topic is like we have to study inverse trigonometric functions. It means we have to make the trigonometric functions invertible by restricting their domains. Okay, otherwise he already तो onto तो है ही. Only problem is they are not a 1 1. Because for many x, because of the periodicity nature of trig functions, for many pre-images, you are getting one image. So as I just now I gave you example, like whenever we say sine pi by 6, so we are getting 1 by 2. Sine 5 pi by 6 be 1 by 2. Similarly, there are many more values. Okay, in almost in all the trigonometric functions we have the same problem. So basically to make them invertible we have to restrict the domain and domain specifically, because range and codomain already it is equal in all the cases. Okay, so for example if I write here sine x, yes, sine is a function from minus pi by 2 to minus 1 1. So if I restrict, instead of taking the whole real number, if I take sine as a function like this, so it means I am making it invertible, right? So here you see the minus pi, see there are many intervals, like you can take minus pi by 2, or you can take like pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, or you can write minus 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2. So there are sub-intervals like this, but we consider minus pi by 2 because this interval is nearer to origin. Okay. So basically this, now whenever sine x is like this, so this function is invertible. You can check it by taking any value between minus pi by 2, you can check it. For one pre-image, you are having only one image. It means the function is 1 1 and it is already on 2. So it means within this domain and range sine x is invertible. So it means sine inverse is a function from minus 1 1 to minus pi by 2. I hope it is clear. And a sine inverse free होगा. And also whenever we write y equal to sine x, it implies x equal to sine inverse y. Okay, so sine inverse this. So this interval is called principal value branch. Principal value branch of sine inverse, because within this branch sine inverse is existing. Okay, so within this branch, this is the range of, range of sine inverse, here domain of sine function. So within this branch sine function is invertible, here within this branch sine inverse is existing. Okay, so that's why we call it principal value branch. Okay, and whenever y equal to sine x, we write x equal to sine inverse y. Okay, so and also because y equal to fx, if it is invertible, x equal to f inverse y. And next thing is, similar thing will be taken for cosine also. Now here you see cos, it is r2 minus 1 1. Now if cosine is a function from 0 pi to minus 1 1, so it means we are covering first quadrant and second quadrant. So no value will be repeated here. Okay, so whenever cosine is a function like this, domain the whole real number के जगह में अगर हम 0 pi closed interval ले ले, it means if we restrict the domain of cosine like this, we can make it invertible. Now once we can make it invertible, so cos inverse will be what? Cos inverse is a function from minus 1 1 to 0 pi. Okay, 0 pi closed interval. So y equal to cos x implies x equal to cos inverse y. So 0 pi is principal value branch of, this is principal value branch of your cos inverse. Okay, so cos inverse का ये होगा principal value branch. Similarly, all the trig functions now we can find the principal value branches. So the principal value branches means basically what? The principal value branches basically the branches, here the intervals in which the respective trigonometric functions exist. Okay, like for example sine inverse, it exists in interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2 closed interval. Whenever we take cos inverse, it exists 0 pi closed interval, and tan inverse, again here it is minus pi by 2 open interval, because at pi by 2 tan x is not defined, and at minus pi by 2 tan x is also not defined. Okay, and similarly whenever you write here cosec inverse, so cosec inverse, what is the domain and domain and range of cosec x, so that now cosec will be invertible. So sine inverse, as I said, no, principal value branch closed interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, and cos inverse 0 pi, tan inverse open interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, and similarly cosec inverse, it can be taken as closed interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, but cosec 0 is not defined, that's why you just know this interval except 0. And sec inverse, cos pi by 2 not defined, cos pi by 2 0, so that's why sec pi by 2 not defined. So sec inverse principal value branch will be 0 pi. Same thing for cos inverse also, but at pi by 2 sec x is not defined, so we take 0 pi except pi by 2. And cot inverse principal value branch is 0 pi. Okay, and principal value branch is basically what? The branch, yeah, the interval, right? The branches, yeah, the intervals in which these inverse trigonometric functions are defined. It means inverse trigonometric functions exist, or in other words, these are the intervals in which and these are basically restricted domains of the original functions. Like we have restricted the domain of sin x to minus pi by 2 to make sin x invertible. Similarly cosine function का डोमेन भी हमने रेस्ट्रिक्ट किया था to 0 pi to make cos x invertible, and tan x का भी. So basically these are the restricted domains of the original functions, or you can say these are the the ranges, yeah, these are the intervals in which these inverse functions exist. So what is the significance of this principal value branch? The first significant thing is, so the significance of principal value branches is number 1. So it means, so we have to, whenever we evaluate these functions, okay, we have to keep the values within this branch, because outside this branch the original functions are not invertible. So the function is not invertible means inverse function will not exist outside these branches. Okay, so एक ये है. Secondly, second thing is, while taking, see, whenever we write y equal to sin x, okay, and sin x का value, so whenever you write, suppose for example sin pi by 2 1, yes, sin pi by 3 equal to root 3 by 2, yes, sin pi by 6 equal to 1 by 2, like this. So what is your observation? So sine of this 1, sine of this root 3 by 2. So these are the numbers and these are the angles. It means sine inverse 1 will be pi by 2, sine inverse root 3 by 2 will be pi by 3, sine inverse 1 by 2 will be pi by 6. So y equal to sin x. Sin x is a number. Okay, sin x, cos x, tan x, all trigger functions. That's why now earlier we have studied trigger ratios. Okay, so sin x, cos x, p by h, b by h, p by b, all these are ratios. We have started studying trigger like this only, right? So sine functions, these are numbers. But whenever we come to inverse functions, you see, as I said, sine inverse 1. Sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. Sine inverse 1 by 2 will be pi by 6. So these are angles. Pi by 2, pi by 6, pi by 3 are angles. So sine inverse 1 is an angle. Sine inverse 1 by 2 is an angle. So basically sine inverse x, yeah, cos inverse x, yeah, tan inverse x, these are angles. So principal value branches, so basically what? Branches or intervals in which inverse trigo functions exist, or these are modified domains of original trigonometric functions. Okay, and the restriction and modification is basically to make the trigger functions invertible. I hope this concept is very clear. Secondly, and as I just now I told you, sin x, cos x, tan x, all these are numbers, right? But sin inverse x, cos inverse x, I mean any inverse trigger functions, these are angles. So as I said, like for example, you see sin pi by 2 equal to 1. So, but sine inverse 1 equal to pi by 2. Okay, cos pi by 3 equal to 1 by 2. Cos inverse 1 by 2 equal to pi by 3. So these are yeah. So these sin pi by 2 is a number, cos pi by 3 is a number. Yeah, tan pi by 4 equal to 1. This is a number. Whenever you take sin inverse 1, cos inverse half and tan inverse 1, pi by 4. So these are basically angles. So now the question may be like, if I write here 5 to the power minus 1, so we write 1 by 5. But in the same line, if we just now think sine inverse x, can it be equal to 1 by sine x? Okay, so there may be confusion in this way, no? Because whenever we write 5 to the power minus 1, any real number, inverse of any real number, right? A inverse equal to 1 by A. But sine inverse x, can it be 1 by sine x? So it can't be, because 1 by sine, whenever we write 1 by sine x, it is your cosec x. Cosec x is a number. But sine inverse x is an angle. So this is an angle, this is a number. So can we compare angle with a number? We can compare the similar things, no? Comparison between similar things happen. But comparison between dissimilar things, comparison among dissimilar things is not possible. So number can be compared with number, angle can be compared with angle. Right? So because sine inverse x angle and this is a number, we can compare these two. So it means sine inverse x is not equal to 1 by sine x. So it is not equal. Okay. And one more thing, the common error children make, just suppose for example, tan inverse x equal to tan inverse y. So this implies x equal to y. तो यहाँ पे बच्चे क्या करते हैं, इसको ना कैंसिल कर देते हैं. Okay, see, whenever you have 5x equal to 5y, we cancel it, we write x equal to y. So because here 5x equal to 5y implies x equal to y means what? 5 is multiplied in both sides. That means we can divide both sides by 5. That is the reason we are getting x equal to y. But यहाँ पे tan inverse x equal to tan inverse y. Here we have not multiplied this. But why x equal to y? It is because, so we don't have to cancel it. If we cancel it, it means we do not know the concept. Just suppose for example, f is 1, 1. How to prove this? How to check if the function is 1, 1? What we take? Fx equal to fy implies x equal to y. So this is the by definition of 1, 1 function, what we take? Whenever the function is 1, 1, then distinct pre-images have distinct images. So it means if pre-images are, pre-images different, images will be different. Or in other words, if images are equal, pre-images are equal. So this is the reason. And any bijective function is 1, 1 and on 2. And if the function is bijective, it is invertible. So any invertible function is also 1, 1 and on 2. So because we take tan inverse function, you can take sine inverse, cos inverse, cosec inverse, any inverse to the function. So whenever we write tan inverse x equal to tan inverse y, this function being 1, 1, distinct pre-images have distinct images और images are equal तो pre-images भी equal होंगे. ठीक है. So tan inverse x equal to tan inverse y implies x equal to y. ठीक है. So this is the reason we get here x equal to y. Please do not cancel. So cancelling this means you are not conceptually clear. Because cancellation happens whenever we multiply something. So cancellation is basically, it is the reverse process of multiplication. Cancelling something from both the sides means, in case whenever we write here ax equal to ay, so then we cancel it. Whenever we write a plus x equal to a plus y, then we cancel. So here cancellation means dividing both sides by a. Here cancellation means subtracting a from both the sides. Okay. But here none of these two things work here. So here the concept is the function is 1, 1. So whenever the images are equal, pre-images will be equal. Right. So these are the some of the basics. You really have to be very, very careful so that whenever you solve the questions, you can be very, very confident. So what did we study till now? We have studied only principal value branches. Okay, and these are some basics we have studied. So principal value branches, whenever you take principal value branches, how to solve the questions, I will show you. So we know f inverse of fx equal to x and f of f inverse x equal to x. So this will help you to remember two formulas, you have to understand two formulas. So whenever you write here sine inverse of sine x, here cos inverse of cos x, here tan inverse of tan x. Okay, so this is x and this is also x. Okay, because f inverse fx equal to x. So this f is replaced by any trigger function. It may be sine, cos, tan, anything. Similarly, from this one we can understand sine of sine inverse x equal to x, cos of cos inverse x is x, tan of tan inverse x equal to x, and so on. So while taking the questions on principal value branches, so what we need to remember, first thing we need to remember this thing, f inverse fx equal to x, f of f inverse x equal to x. Second thing we have to remember, the principal value branches. Principal value branches. So before we go to any other formula or any other concept, the principal value branches के लिए we need to have these things. One thing is this one and the other thing is principal value branches. I will take 2-3 questions today from the first exercise to help you. So see some questions. So find the principal value. Okay, I have taken the simple questions from the first exercise. Sine inverse minus half. So as we know, sine inverse of sine x equal to x. Right? So we have to make it sine of something. So sine inverse minus half means sine pi by 6. Okay, sine pi by 6. So minus sine theta equal to sine minus theta. Okay, and also we know we have to keep the value whenever you see sine inverse. Okay, the principal value branch is what? This is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we cannot take any value randomly. We have to restrict the value between minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So it is sine inverse sine minus pi by 6. So sine inverse sine theta is theta. So minus pi by 6. Just to check, it belongs to the interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So this is the value of this function. Similarly, whenever you come to cos of this, cos inverse root 3 by 2. This is cos pi by 6. Cos 30 degree root 3 by 2. So cos inverse of this. So while taking this, you have to see कि ये आपका 0 pi interval में रहे. So this is equal to pi by 6, which belongs to the interval, closed interval 0 pi. So this is the value of this. And whenever you come to cos inverse minus half. Now here you see this is cos inverse minus half means cos pi by 3. And unlike this case, here minus sine theta equal to sine minus theta. But we do not have minus cos theta equal to cos minus theta. We do not have that. So minus cos pi by 3 means we have to go to the second quadrant. Second quadrant is coming within pi only. Okay, 0 pi के अंदर ही आ रहा है. So cos inverse. So this minus this, we can write it as cos pi minus pi by 3. Okay, cos pi minus pi by 3 lies between, within 0 pi interval. So it is 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 which belongs to the closed interval 0 pi. Okay, so first thing we have to see we are getting sin inverse sin theta, cos inverse cos theta like this, and these values you should get within the principal value branch. Next one is cos inverse minus 1 by root 2. So it's minus of cos pi by 4. Okay, again similar question. So cos inverse cos minus cos theta equal to cos pi minus theta. So it is 3 pi by 4. Means you are getting here 3 pi by 4 which belongs to the interval 0 pi. Tan inverse minus half. We need tan theta here. So tan inverse minus of tan pi by 4. Okay. So tan inverse that minus tan theta equal to tan minus theta, because tan inverse the principal value branches. The principal value branch is what? Open interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So here it is tan minus pi by 4. Okay, so you are getting here minus pi by 4 which belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. Okay, just have a look at these steps. And final question is question number 6. Find the value of tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse minus half plus sin inverse minus 1 by 2. So here tan inverse 1 we can write it directly. Tan inverse of tan pi by 4 you can take it directly also. Cos inverse minus of cos pi by 3 plus sin inverse minus sin pi by 6. Okay, so now you are familiar with the functions. Tan inverse tan pi by 4 is pi by 4 here. Now here you see minus cos pi by 3 is cos pi minus pi by 3 means cos 2 pi by 3. So from this we can get 2 pi by 3. Then here it is minus sin pi by 6, that is equal to sin minus pi by 6. So here you will be getting minus pi by 6. So you can simplify easily. It is 12 LCM 3 pi then plus 8 pi minus 2 pi. Take it. So here it is 11 minus. So 9 pi by 12 means 3 pi by 4. Okay. So these are the some of the simple questions related to today's concept. And so in next class we will be meeting with some some other formulas, and in the meantime you can just now see I have sent the PPT recording of this video also, so you can just check inverse figure functions part 1. Okay, so with that if you can study this one, so this will be really very clear to you, and other videos also you can just watch. Thank you so much.